Time for us to start your morning. We're going to talk about Sweat for Impact, but how did that ever come about? We have to first talk about Brace for Impact. Corey Lewis, who owns Xtra Mile Fitness, is our guest today, and he'll join us coming up next.
But by the end of this, I want 100% raising your hands. I'm here to empower you because you all have intrinsic value. I don't care if someone has told you that you don't. Today, we are here to make you believe in yourself.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Bonacorsi, and I'm the president and founder of J Bloom. And I chose Monica Adams to be our keynote speaker because of the positivity that she illuminates whenever she speaks. She's an amazing influence and has so much impact on these women that they are going to leave changed.
It's a constant education. Never stop being the leader. If you are given the opportunity to be, and I hate the word boss, by the way, don't we like leader more? Have you all seen that image of a boss shouting behind their team and then the leader out in the trenches? And I know there's a lot of people that are thrown into your paths, and there are people who try to squash your dreams. It could be your partner, it could be your parents, your children, a boss that you've had, but you cannot, from this day forward, I'm going to ask you to not give them power any longer. So we think it, we write it, we hear it. Think right here. Make connections today. Then pave that way. You now have the awareness, so how do you pave that path?
Your message, like at the end, you can be anything, but before that, be kind.
Yep.
My husband's a pastor, and that every one of his sermons, that's always within it. That be kind.
Yep.
You have to be kind.
It is.
Oh, you're fine.
Look at this. So there's an employee out there who still thinks of you because you were kind to them. Never stop being that leader. By the way, I want to be remembered for this phrase when I'm no longer on this earth. The greatest rewards in life come from the most uncomfortable walk. God meant for me to talk to you. Oh, it's okay. You, honey, have a lot of value. And someone's told you that you don't. And I was meant to be in your life today. I've always said, I have chills. Do we all have chills? God, I say, if you can have me change one person's life, then I have done your job. I'm hoping it's all of you. But see, she's not okay for whatever reason. I don't know your story, but I'm going to tell you they're wrong. And all these women believe in you.
To hire Monica Adams for your next event, email info@therealmonicaadams.com.
Well, welcome back, and thanks again for tuning into the Real Monica Adams Show. We always like to welcome all of you newbies on board, and we hope to see you every morning at 7 a.m. We go live for you on multiple platforms. And again, you can see a lot of people interacting. This is your community. It's all about inspiration and hope and motivation, all the good things that serve you in the morning. So I hope you can wake up with us and join us, whether you take us on the go, maybe listen, or you actually watch the actual show. By the way, we do have a podcast besides the talk show that drops on Thursdays. That's recorded at 8 a.m. And I want to thank Hannah Ledford. She's our audio editor. She will take today's show and put that on our podcast for all of you that are more into listening to shows, okay? So that's on all of the audio platforms. Let me introduce my guest to you. Corey Lewis, you may remember seeing him almost a year ago. We went to his gym, Xtra Mile Fitness, which is just down the road from where our studios are. If you don't know, we're at Adventure Unknown in Fenton. So let me welcome you to our home. Corey, thanks for being here.
Absolutely. That was a good day when you guys were down there.
We had a good time. It was a good workout. It was enjoyable. I was like, hey, let's talk and let's work out. Let's talk, let's work out.
It was a good day, and I appreciate you having me back on today.
Oh, no, absolutely. What you're doing, I absolutely love, and it's he and so many others that really want to open up their heart. Before we talk about Sweat for Impact, I want to go back. Is it 2014 when Brace for Impact started?
Yeah, Kyle and his wife Bridget started Brace for Impact in 2014 after going to Haiti with Adam and his wife. And then in 2020 was my first trip down with Brace for Impact to see all the work being done in Haiti.
I love that. So again, if you're outside of our area, St. Louis Cardinal players, Kyle McClellan and Adam Wainwright and his wife, that's where it all started. So how does the Sweat for Impact arm come off of that?
Absolutely. So in 2020, actually right before the COVID shutdowns, myself and one of my coaches went down to Haiti with Kyle, and there was about 10 of us. Then obviously COVID happened, and towards the end of that, myself, my coach Abe, and then Stevenson, he's the works for Brace for Impact. He's actually a Haitian orphan. He was adopted and brought here almost 10 years ago, I believe.
Wow.
And then another gentleman that worked close with us. We got the wild hair to work out for 24 hours and raise awareness.
What the heck?
And we went in a little unprepared the first year. We did about a month of planning and then hunkered down in January and hit it. And we had tremendous traction and like positive things come out of it. And so year after year, we've just worked to continue to grow it. And basically our goal with the event from the initial start was to do something out of the ordinary and combine our passion of fitness with our desire to make an impact in Haiti and beyond. And so we started working out, sharing our story on Instagram and Facebook, and then it's been going good ever since.
So where do you all of a sudden say, let's work out for an entire day, 24 hours?
Yep.
And we'll explain. It's 24 workouts. They're not going every single second for 24 hours.
Yep. That's a good question. It was actually just the four of us were on a text thread, and I think right before Christmas, we threw out the idea, and we were all silly enough to roll with it. And we've learned a lot of lessons. Like that year, we started at 7 p.m. on Friday, and it was a grueling four of us locked in the gym for 24 hours. Now it's a little better. We start on a Saturday morning. We've got people joining us all over the country, and it makes it a little easier to get through. But the biggest thing that keeps us driven is, so I've been to Haiti twice now.
Okay.
And you know, the little things that we take for granted, like going to the bathroom, drinking clean water, you know, having a roof over our head, those are all things that most of the people down there struggle to get. And because of the work Brace for Impact has done, those things are becoming more prevalent for them. And that's ultimately what keeps us driven. And, you know, when the hours do get long during the 24-hour event, it keeps us inspired. And we just love sharing the story of what's being done down there.
So you went to Haiti the first time, and when you went, what was in your mind of what you thought you were going to experience as to what you brought back?
I didn't really know what my expectations were. Obviously, I knew it was a very poor community. And Kyle not warns us, but kind of discusses with us the night before we leave Florida to go there to like kind of what to expect when we leave the airport. And I think that's when it hit me first, was just the smells, the sights. I mean, we're driving to to the orphanage and the school, which is about a mile from the airport. And it took over an hour to get there.
Oh my gosh.
Just because the roads have giant potholes, you can't really get through. There's huge piles of trash on the side of the road. Just things that, you know, I guess I've been a little sheltered being in Missouri and the United States, that, again, things we take for granted. And then as we drove there, that really opened our eyes to just the amount of poverty and hardship down there. People all over the place. The roads were just chaotic, people driving in all different directions. But then it really opened my eyes when we got to the orphanage and seeing how the kids responded to seeing us and how excited they got. And because in our orphanage, there's 42 kids that 4 moms take care of all day, every day.
Oh my gosh.
And then as we were there longer and got to meet the people, and I still say today that like some of the most genuinely nice people I've ever met are down there. They're willing to share everything, even though they have nothing. You know, I also say that like being down there right before COVID made that time pretty easy to get through, because we still had so much to be grateful for, and having my eyes open to what's out there was life-changing.
It humbles you, right?
Oh, yeah.
I have a friend that I worked with at Channel 5, and she said she kept feeling God was calling her to report in a different way. And she's had an opportunity to do something similar to this. And she's like, I just kept crying and crying of, oh my gosh, how can I ever tell this story the right way? And she's like, I feel now that she's calling for that. We actually had her on not too long ago, Hannah Yates, who covered sports for a long, long time. But she's like, I think it's like the greatest thing I could ever do is tell their stories. And so when you come back, and as you just said, and we're looking at some beautiful pictures that Corey provided for us, you look at these faces, you remember the words that they said to you, and you try to do it justice by bringing their stories back, right?
Yeah, and that's what we try to do is, you know, obviously most people down there speak Creole, or a form of French. And so communicating is challenging, but even a lot of the 12, 13-year-olds speak English as their second language already.
Wow.
And so just being able to connect with them, and then also just seeing like the genuine joy they have when we give them a, ride on our shoulders, or we had a water balloon fight the last day, and like the little things like that bring so much meaning. I think one of the coolest moments was both trips. We ended the last night with a movie night for the kids. So we make a ton of popcorn, we sit and watch a movie, and you just have kids lay all over you, fall asleep. And it was definitely moving for myself. My second trip, my wife went with me also. And, just me already being there and then seeing her response to it, because I had a different view because I knew what to expect going down there.
What did she say?
She was blown away. And we even do at the end of the days, like high lows to talk through everything as a group. And she had seen my pictures and heard my stories, but I think seeing it firsthand, and I think one of the biggest eye-opening things for myself and others was one of the days we were there, a thunderstorm moved through, and the day before we had walked through the village, and so we had seen houses and things, and knowing that, we take for granted here that we just go inside when it rains, and, people down there can go inside, but when you don't have a roof on your head and your floor is made of mud, it makes a little different experience when the rain's coming down, and things like that, like, stuck with me forever, and it's what drives us to continue to do good. And
Again, if you're just tuning in, this is Corey Lewis. So Corey owns Xtra Mile Fitness. We're talking about trips that he's taken to Haiti and this program. Again, Sweat for Impact, coming off of Brace for Impact, that's been around now for going on 12 years. So when this first started with Kyle and with Adam and Adam's wife, how did it all come about? How did they choose Haiti? How did they come up with Brace for Impact, et cetera?
Yep. And so I know Kyle's told this story a ton, but when he retired, he wanted to do good and wanted to give back because he knew how fortunate he had been. And Adam and his wife had just invited him because Big League Impact is one of our partners in Haiti. So it's 3 organizations that make up the school and the orphanage. We all support the same area.
Okay.
So they took Kyle down, and it opened up his eyes, and they were sold from the get-go that that's where they needed to be. They felt they were called to go there. And it was even cool on our last trip, Trevor Rosenthal, former Cardinal, went with us, and, working close with Kyle, and they have a close friendship, like, being able to expand and spread their good. And Kyle always says that, the work they've done in Haiti and supporting the board that we have in Haiti that helps make an impact is why he was able to expand Brace for Impact to their St. Louis half also. So they had been in Haiti for a few years before Kyle invested in St. Louis. And, he talks often at our gala and stuff about how the lessons they learned in Haiti allowed them to be more successful in St. Louis. And the big thing with Brace for Impact, and this is what drew me to them, is, they're not just going in and dictating where everything does. In Haiti, we have a board of 5 former orphans that are instrumental in the work we do down there. And in St. Louis, we have a pastor that oversees everything we do up there. And Brace for Impact is literally just assisting those that are on the ground.
Okay.
And it's really vital in Haiti because, we don't understand what they need or what they're going through. And the biggest example of that is early on, they noticed that on Mondays, the kids in the school were, tired and couldn't think, couldn't focus. And our board found out that most of them wouldn't eat from Friday until Monday.
I knew you were going to say nourishment. They don't have it.
Because when they're at the school, we give them warm meals for 2 times a day. And so that launched really the only volunteer effort that Brace for Impact is able to provide. And we package thousands of meals every year and send them down to Haiti. And so on Fridays, when the kids leave, they get backpack meals that they can take home. And not only does it nourish them, but we know they share them with family members.
Right.
And again, it's making an impact outside the walls of our orphanage and school. And it's been a game changer. And that helped that's one reason our school has been able to grow to, it now has K through high school, and we serve over 900 kids at our school.
When you first went, because I love to look at the evolution of it,
Yep.
in the last going on 6 years since you've been there now, what was it then to what you just said it's grown to?
Yeah, so I forgot exactly. I think when we went in 2020, I think there was 200 kids in our school.
And now 900?
Close to it.
Wow.
So it not only serves our 42 kids at our orphanage, but kids come from all over the community. And that's actually another one of the cool moments is we're able to stand there and watch, and I think there might even be photos I shared, of the kids in their uniforms coming in with their parents for the day of school. And they always do the national anthem of Haiti while they raise the flag out in front of the school.
Love it.
And when we went, there wasn't a high school yet. So there was a school to teach them trades, which is still going strong down there, teaching them how to be bricklayers and things like that. But in the last year, they've completed the high school, and now they're filling that with kids and expanding the impact that we can make down there.
So that's the question. A lot of people say, okay, if I'm helping, how does it help? I mean, you're literally hearing that evolution, and you hear that footprint that you are having and then how it transfers. Again, one of the things I love, though, people sometimes will say, okay, but we have so much that needs help here or throughout the United States. Why Haiti? Well, if you look at Brace for Impact, Big League Impact, Sweat for Impact, it's from Haiti to North St. Louis.
Yep.
You know, when I was in radio, we used to go to St. Jude. We'd have a radiothon, and people would be like, well, why there? We've got kids here. It's what is learned there that is then used to help in hospitals all over the world, all over the United States, right here in St. Louis. So you look at what is there and what is be able to that we bring back here, right?
Yeah. And that's, the big thing is we take the lessons we learned in Haiti and we use them in North St. Louis where we're taking, families, mostly, single moms with kids, from homelessness to having a successful life. And it's kind of cool the back and forth because one of our big projects in Haiti is our hospital that serves close to 2,000 people a month. And the only reason that's able to be successful is the partnerships that Kyle has formed here in St. Louis and the doctors and things that have gone down and helped train our staff. And again, we take medical for granted in most cases. And in Haiti, the differentiator with our hospital compared to others is we don't require them to pay before their service. And that's why the fatality rate is so high in Haiti. At our hospital, we give them the service they need. We, save their lives or, birth their child, whatever's needed. And then we do invoice them and they pay what they can. And but we understand that we need to provide medical, just like we need to provide education, because that's the foundation to build a community off of.
Absolutely. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to find out how you can help in so many different levels. And then the Sweat for Impact. When is it taking place? If you have a gym, you have a wellness facility, and you want to be a part of it, Corey's going to break that all down for you. Again, Corey Lewis with Xtra Mile Fitness talking about Sweat for Impact when we return. Welcome to the mobile Monica version of the Real Monica Adams Show at my favorite restaurant. There's something about a coffee house that's just very warm and welcoming.
Gives you that sense of community.
What are you most proud of since you've opened it?
I cry easily. I'm thankful for everybody here.
You opened the door during the middle of the pandemic. You got the best Italian restaurant in the United States. Here in St. Louis, you put us on the map. Does it scare you? You go through fear?
Terrifying.
So how do you get past the fear?
We find something to laugh about.
Welcome back to the Real Monica Adams Show. If you're just tuning in, we're talking with Corey Lewis today from Xtra Mile Fitness. I want you to take this show and share this with your family and friends so that as a community, we can start getting out how we can help. So Corey's been telling us about Brace for Impact as well as Sweat for Impact. He's been to Haiti a couple of times. Are you returning anytime soon?
We were supposed to go last year, but I don't know if everybody's heard, but the war has kind of broke out down there. And so Kyle canceled the trip just due to safety concerns. Sure. Thankfully, most of the issues in Haiti is in the capital of Port-au-Prince. We're, again, in the travel in Haiti, that's 8 hours away or so.
Okay.
So our kids are safe and everything, but it has shifted because our city has Cap Haitien, where we fly in, is the only other airport.
Okay.
So it has changed things, but thankfully everybody's safe, and we hope to be down soon.
So I was looking over on Instagram, and Phil Haas.
Yes.
Phil said it was very eye-opening. And, again, we love for you to be interactive. So if you are over on Instagram, feel free to ask any questions or make any comments. But Phil's was such an amazing trip, very eye-opening to the privilege we have here in the United States, was his comment.
Yeah, Phil's been an ambassador with Brace for Impact alongside me for a few years, and he went on the most recent trip with us.
Okay.
And it was fun to share the trip with him. And he's instrumental in our Sweat for Impact event. But then also, kind of the cool thing with Brace for Impact is we have a team of ambassadors. And we run all of the Brace for Impact events besides the gala. And last year, our group raised over $125,000 between Sweat for Impact, our golf tournament, pickleball, and a few other events we run. And Phil's instrumental in all that.
I love it. And as far as Sweat for Impact, you raised, was it $50,000 last year?
Yeah, last year, Sweat for Impact alone raised just over $50,000.
And the goal is 60 this year?
Yes.
Okay, so how can we help, first of all? So let's talk about when Sweat for Impact takes place and then all the levels of how someone can get involved.
Absolutely. So the event kicks off on January 31st, so Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Central. And our last workout will start at 9 a.m. Central on February 1st.
Okay.
And basically, there's many tiers that people can contribute and help. Because we work out every hour for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then we rest and recover. So first, if you own a gym or a health club, or even if you just want to do it in your garage, I'd love for you to reach out to me. Last year, we had 10 gyms host for us across the nation, from St. Louis and Springfield, Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, to Indiana, Colorado, Arizona. So our goal is to continue to spread that and just, again, spread the message of what's being done. From like a company standpoint, or even for an individual, like we do sponsorships, and all we ask is a minimum donation of $600. Companies can donate more if they wish, but we'll put so each gym has their own website so people can hear the story and donate through there, because we do make it a little competitive between the gyms.
Of course.
And so if somebody sponsors our event, they get their logo on our website. We'll give them social media shout outs. And then we also invite them out to either Xtra Mile or one of our other host sites to spread the word. We've had a great sponsor here already step up, the Kitchen Hub. And we just try to, again, the more people that we can spread the message, the bigger impact we can make. And then kind of the way individuals can help us is, come out for a workout. Some people do all 24 with us. Some people come out for 1 or 2 workouts. Some people just come out to, hang out, socialize, have fun, bring the energy. And then if people feel moved by our story or inspired, obviously a donation would be amazing. And through like my gym's website, we know some people like to keep their money in St. Louis. So we do have where, obviously our event's based around supporting Haiti and the efforts there, but all the work that Brace for Impact is doing is impactful. And so people can also pick to donate to the St. Louis chapter of Brace for Impact.
How many did you have involved last year that worked out with you?
Last year, I believe we had at our gym alone, so we had 10 gyms total. Our gym had about 25 that did all 24 hours.
Wow.
And then throughout the event, we had over 60 people come for one workout, multiple workouts. We had a few that just brought a pizza and drank beer and watched. And we take, because really—
Go, Corey, go. Here's a beer.
Yep. The hardest part for us is that, midnight to 5 a.m.
I bet.
Because the event ends at 9 a.m., so you're exhausted.
Yeah.
But we have a very generous member that normally he'll sponsor a few workouts to kind of motivate us and set kind of benchmarks we have to hit, and he'll donate money based off that.
Okay.
So we do have different ways to kind of bring the energy. And again, it comes back because we'll share stories from Haiti and stuff that through the videos that Kyle's had made, and knowing why we're doing it, because that's driving all of it.
Absolutely.
It's not about the workouts.
Right.
The workouts are just a means to spread the word of what's being done. And so knowing why we're doing it, that really keeps us motivated. And then just the love in the group makes it all worth it.
So from the workout itself, as people are going, you know what, I think I want to be a part of this, and they're trying to wrap their brain around, well, what does the workout look like?
Yep. So every hour is a different workout.
Okay.
But they're truly doable for anybody. Again, the workout isn't the point. It's to bring people together.
Right.
And so like we have workouts written, but we've had people modify down to doing, lesser stuff, or you can do less weights. Like my mom comes and, she does the movements that she's able to do. And that's really where we open it up to everybody. And we post all the workouts early. So like even one of them is a 1 mile run, but a big group of us just walk the mile together. Okay. And we're able to share stories. And So yeah, if no matter what, you're able to do the workouts, and we'll make sure that you're able to do them successfully and have a great time with them.
I love, again, all different ages that are coming together for a purpose. Corey actually was like, I would love to see your mom here because you met
Yes.
Mom.
Yep.
Mom's going to be 88 in March. She did fall. She's taken a little step back. She fell and
that's
broke
not
her
good.
collarbone. I know. And so really though, but it would be some motivation. So I'm thinking of trying to grab her to just to come over, even if she's on the sidelines going, go Corey.
Yep. We can have her bike with us and we'll have a good time. She'll bring the energy.
Absolutely. So if they want to get involved, and again, one is if they want to come to your gym.
Yes.
But if they actually have a gym and this will be their first time saying, I want to be a part of this, which is why I want you to share this far and wide so that others can hear about it. What's the best way for them to say, okay, I want to do financial donation, I want to work out, or I want to host?
So we have different links for all of it, but the best way would just be to drop me a message.
Okay.
My Instagram handle is Corey_J_Lewis.
Okay.
And I can, talk through if you're a gym owner wanting to host, I'd love to hop on a Zoom call. The thing we've done is we want to make it extremely easy for gym owners.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a media kit, we have SOPs built out. We literally had 2 gyms come on board this year, and we give them everything. And all they have to do is drop their gym name into the, emails, the social media post. Because we want the gym owners, we know that their lives are chaotic. We don't want to add a burden. We just want to allow them to make a bigger impact. So we make it easy for gyms. One thing we also do is we run a live Zoom for all 24 hours. And so we've had people in the past that host in their garage and they just work out by themselves, but they, Zoom in with us or things like that. So no matter where you're at, if you have fitness equipment, you're able to do the workouts. And, most of the workouts involve a dumbbell, a kettlebell, and your body weight.
Is everybody at all the gyms doing the same workouts?
Yes.
They are. Okay.
So we publish all the workouts. Again, we take all the thinking out of it, and, we'll kick off the workouts together. Kyle and I always shoot a intro video. So we're able to, that kind of kicks off the event. And then everybody does the workouts together. And through the Zoom, it's also fun, kind of like you do with your show here. People can comment, they can talk, and it just helps unite us, again, through those tired hours. Because some of the gyms only have, the person that's hosting or 2 or 3 people. So it's nice that you're not alone, you're with a community of people, and it keeps the energy high, and it's always a good time.
Again, if you didn't hear, as Corey mentioned, some of you are like, okay, I can't be there for the all 24 hours. You don't have to. If you can come for a workout, 1, 2, or a few of them, or be there. Do you have sponsors, or do you need sponsors that are going to fuel you properly, not with a McRib?
Absolutely. And that's where we always look to reach out, and because we want to, with sponsorships, help the other businesses. They're willing to make an impact and trust in us. So we love that they can spread their message also. But we're always looking for things like food or drinks, or so anybody that wants to sponsor that component. Because really there's not enough time for any of the athletes to leave.
Right.
So we're snacking throughout the event, and we love to support those that support us. And so, and no sponsorship is too big or too little. If somebody just wants to help with the food, or if they can make a financial contribution, all of that's appreciated and helps us towards our mission of $60,000.
So I would liken it to when you are in those hours of, I don't think I can go one more minute.
Yep.
Definitely can't go for another 5 hours. It's when someone's involved in a sport, and let's say you're a marathon runner or a triathlete, you have your name on the back of these shirts when you're doing it for a cause.
Yep.
And these people that are on the sidelines don't know you, but all of a sudden you hear, Lewis, you can do it, Lewis. Suddenly it invigorates you to go, yes, I can do this. I'm doing it for a different cause.
Yep.
It's one thing for all of you athletes that just do it just because you're trying to stay in shape, but I've always loved the level of doing some type of a workout for a cause.
Yeah.
Whether it's you're running for someone who's battling cancer or that lost their life to that. Now it's this incredible cause of look at the evolution of what's changed since he first went to Haiti almost 6 years ago to how it's helping and then how it's being brought back to St. Louis. So when you feel like you could not go one more moment, it's good for you because you've been there. But for those that can't, is it watching the videos? What keeps them going?
I think just the fact that we're talking about the impact the whole time and like telling stories. But we play the videos throughout. And the cool thing with the videos that Brace for Impact have made is one of them has our doctor talking. A couple of them have some of our older kids that have now grown up. And we recently opened transitional housing so they can move out of the orphanage and start to live on their own. And so like hearing their stories and just seeing, the videos and the pictures, we were able to build a house for one of the families whose mom works for us and her kids go to our school. And so like sharing that story, and I think it's just able to open people's eyes. And when it is exhausting and tiring, because we always have people like, over the years have told us it's not healthy to work out for 24 hours. And obviously we don't, recommend this on a regular basis. But we take it responsibly and modify the workouts, but we're doing it for something bigger than us. And it's a small sacrifice to make for changing literally thousands of lives down in Haiti.
Absolutely. You're always going to have those naysayers and somebody being negative. Oh, you're not supposed to be doing this. Okay, we get it, but it is for a cause. It's impactful.
Yeah. And even though working out for 24 hours isn't the healthiest, like it's still better than what's going on down there. So it's a small sacrifice on our side.
And you said it's about a 15, 20-minute work, 10, 15?
I would say more towards that 10 to 15 minutes. Most of them are just like, hey, we're starting a clock for 15 minutes. Here's the workout. And so, just keep moving and it's not like super intense. People are laughing, they're joking. If you see some of our pictures, people are in their pajamas doing the workouts because as the day goes, people try to sneak in naps.
Well, that was my next question. So I'm going to take a break. That's what I wanted to know. In the 45 minutes where you're not, what are you doing? Are you trying to close your eyes for a bit? Are you over in a corner, or are you continuing to move and just say, talk to me, talk to me? We'll find out. Corey Lewis from Xtra Mile Fitness talking about Sweat for Impact. And again, near the end of the show, we'll give you all the information of how you can get involved. So don't go anywhere.
Thankful to Monica for having me on the show here today. I just love having the opportunity to try and help other people. There are a lot of people in my life that were there for me in my time of need, and that was important for me today to talk to Monica about that. You can get low and then work yourself back up to where you want to be, and people around you can help you do that. Surround yourself with the right people. That's what Monica tries to do here with this show. In fact, I know that's what she wants to do, is she wants people that are like-minded to help each other, to point each other in the right direction, to lift each other up, not put each other down. It was amazing for me to sit in here and talk with Monica, and hopefully it helps somebody along the way. I know that every show that she puts on is fantastic. It's worth your while to be tuning in every single day. Don't worry about some of the negativity around the world, whether it's on TV and this, that, the other. Tune in here to Monica and let her tell her story as well as her guests tell their story. There's always something that you can get from somebody else. And if you pick up just one little thing that helps you, that makes this a success. And that is why I'm here with Monica today.
Welcome back. Thanks again for tuning in to the Real Monica Adams Show. Corey Lewis from Xtra Mile Fitness with me. And I'm going to look over here real quick on Instagram. So Phil said if you're in O'Fallon, Missouri, come on over to Meraki for Life. Love it. So Phil's one of the coaches.
Yes.
We'll have you. So where, do you know exactly where they are in O'Fallon? So actually, Phil, do us a favor. Tell us the address, and we'll make sure people can get over there. E says, I can't wait for this year's Sweat for Impact. Go Corey, E. Coleman.
Yep.
And then earlier, Christy said, I know E. Stevenson from FBC St. Charles. That would be actually a great guest for a future show, Monica. He published a book a few months ago about his adoption journey. Love it. Love the idea. So again, if you have guests you would like for us to have on a show, and also if you're like, where's Monica talking to them? On multiple platforms. Sometimes they come in live to our regular live stream, and they're usually from Facebook and YouTube. And then I got to bounce over for Instagram and X. And normally there's not a lot of people talking on Instagram. I don't know why that is. So I like that you all are talking today. So some people are signing on, and I'm asking Corey, do you know that name? Oh, that's one of our members. Yes, yes. This wonderful community. So as the people are working out, we went into the break to ask the question, because if you have any questions for Corey about this and you want to get involved, let us know. Dropping in now, or if you watch later, just do a little hashtag replay. But the question I'm guessing on a lot of your minds is, do they ever sleep? Do they ever catch a little cat eye or a nap?
Yes. And that's actually one of the unique things about the event is that the gyms, we divide the gyms in half. And on one side, it looks like a campsite with blow-up mattresses, chairs. On the other side, we work out. And so really between the workouts, a lot of it is hanging out, talking, card games will break out, things like that. Some people catch a little shut-eye here and there, and then obviously we have to eat here and there also.
Right. Go to the bathroom.
But it's a little mixture of things, but it's really cool to see like all the different beds set up, and that's not often you get to work out, crawl out of bed, and go do it again.
Exactly. But at the same time, and it's not that you're trying to say, oh, I did it, I didn't go to sleep at all, and you're trying to man up or woman up.
Yep.
It is listening to your body. You
Yes.
do you, but if you can stay up, and we've all been there, right? You've crammed for a test, or we've all done it. You've stayed up for 24 hours before. It's to think, look, if this is all I have to go through to understand what they're going through,
Yeah.
I'm sure that's what happens in your mind.
Oh, absolutely. And just like the energy is so high. We've had numerous people that, came into it nervous that, oh, I can't do this or it's going to be hard. And at the end, like, oh, that wasn't too bad. And
Right.
The time goes by fast. Again, you're with a great community of people with huge hearts, and the time flies by, and it doesn't. At the end, you're almost like, oh, I could keep going.
Right. I can do this for 36 hours. In the videos that you're showing to your community, do you have the kids? This was what would make me cry. Do you have the kids look straight at the camera and say thank you?
Yes.
I knew it.
And the really, I'm big on like, from a business owner, like the small details.
Yes.
And through Brace for Impact, they do child sponsorships also. And that really pulls at people's heartstrings and is touching because they'll send videos from the kids to those people. But I think the coolest thing that we're able to do is every donation. And last year, I think Bridget said we had over 400 donations.
Mm-hmm.
Is Kyle records a personal video to each person to thank them and let them know where their money's going. And
Love it.
It'd be easy for him not to do that, but it's one of those small details and just shows how much every dollar, because there's no donation too big or too small, that truly means a lot to our organization.
Yeah, absolutely. It is. It's all in the details.
Yep.
All the small things. Okay, so Phil said that they are located at 821 West Terra Lane in O'Fallon. Sandy said, please tell how to give money.
Yes, so they can donate money. I'll share our link. I think I gave it to you. But they can just go on there and you can do a one-time donation. Or like myself and my wife, we sponsor a child and we do a monthly recurring donation.
Okay.
But all of those are greatly appreciated and go into great use.
And so again, we're going to give all this information for you, as you see on the screen, of how you can get involved. I will right now take the link and put it for you in the comment section. For those that are on Facebook and YouTube, I'll drop this for you right now into the comments. Look for that. And then for those of you that are on Instagram, look right now, and there you go. There is the link for how you can donate, how you can get involved, how you as a gym, or again, as he said, you're just working out by yourself in your garage or down in your basement. So it's a community coming together. How many are you hoping will work out at your gym alone this year?
Oh, we'd love for... I like big goals. Let's do 100 people.
I like big goals as well.
Yep.
We're trying to raise $10,000 more than last year alone. So this is how you can all help out. Again, but it's also very impactful for you to take the show, start spreading the message for those that don't know that this is taking place. And it's something that has momentum and it will continue. So if you absolutely positively cannot make it this year, just know, like, hey, start planning to be involved for next year.
Yeah, we do it every year, the last weekend of the month.
Okay.
It's kind of a nice way to break up the cold weather months. And one other thing they can do is if they follow Brace for Impact on social media. We recently, Kyle and E were down there. They just did a massive solar panel project because one issue we were having is the loss of power. Because diesel gasoline for the generators is hard to get. And so there's a great video on there about the work that went into doing the solar panel project. So now the hospital has consistent power. The orphanage, all that stuff has consistent power now.
I'm dropping the link in for you, by the way, right now so that you can follow Brace for Impact. I'm super excited to see just how far-reaching this is. And as I said, I am looking to clear my schedule. I don't know whether it's going to be for the 24 hours, but I want to come over and do this with you. Bring my clients over because we normally work out together around that time. And so it'd be great to just bring them all over and make an impact together.
Yes, yeah, bring them over. Well, we always have Caldi's coffee there for everybody, so it's a great way to hit a workout, enjoy some coffee, and meet some amazing people to make an amazing impact.
All right, so there's a lot that you can do. Again, whether you supply them with some good nourishment, food, they're looking for drinks, they're looking for monetary donation, they're looking for the energy of you to bring it to the gym or to be a gym and to be a part of it. So one more time, we'll put on the screen all the information of how you can reach out directly to Corey if you're looking for more information, if you want to join the team, if you, again, are able to make a donation. And as Corey said, anything matters. You might think that it doesn't, but you can join the team. Again, ways to give: sponsor a child monthly, one-time gift, Haiti, one-time gift here in St. Louis, as he mentioned, if you want to keep it right here, keep the dollars here. And then there's a link for you that I just dropped in so you can join the team of Xtra Mile Fitness. I love what you're doing. I love your heart. He's a wonderful human being that I'm just glad. So Corey and I just met just a year ago, right? Right before we did our show over there. And it's also the fact that as many people just made their New Year's resolutions, they might be looking for a community. So maybe on this day, when you come to do this workout to make a difference, it makes a difference in your own life.
Yes, it'll be a great workout. All of my coaches are there, our community's there, and you're going to be welcome with open arms and have an amazing workout and get some good high fives at the end.
I love it. All right, we're going to take our last break. When we come back, our 100 Days to Freedom book. So we always end the show with a devotional, Corey, and I always ask my guests to pick the one that they feel connects with them. So we bring freedom from things that people are feeling in this world. And again, you went over and saw what's happening in Haiti, brought back those stories. So what are you feeling? Is it 100 Days to Freedom from depression, overeating, fear and anxiety, anger, or shame?
I'd say the first one you said.
Depression?
No, the 100.
So it's all the books are
all of
100
them.
Days to Freedom from either from depression, from overeating, from fear and anxiety. That's one book together. From shame or from anger.
I'd say fear and anxiety.
Yep, that is the number one book that is chosen. We'll talk about that, and we'll talk about another book that you made a bestseller, folks. That's breaking news for you. We'll mention that when we return.
This lady got me in the best shape of my life. I literally didn't know that I could be in shape like that. But the amount that she pours into her clients, and especially whenever you get the one-on-one training, it's mind-blowing. I mean, it was really life-changing. I learned so much about proper form, about nutrition, about just being able to invest in myself. I hired Monica to be my personal trainer, which was one of the best decisions I've ever made.
Welcome back. And again, a couple of books we're going to talk about. One, so Corey picked the 100 Days to Freedom from Fear and Anxiety. And by the way, for those of you that are new to the show, this is the number one book that is chosen. We're on day 97, which means we've almost given you freedom from fear and anxiety, but it also means that that is truly what the world has felt strapped with. So this one's called Faith, by the way. Faith shows the reality of what we hope for. It's the evidence of things we cannot see. That's Hebrews 11, verse 1. Unbelief, opposite of faith. Unbelief may also reflect a lack of confidence. You might associate unbelief with mistrust, not believing things are as they seem, or just not trusting at all. When you're a person of faith and you sometimes struggle with unbelief, does it mean you're sinning? Are you never supposed to doubt? In chapter 11 of Hebrews, which is known as the Hall of Faith, we read accounts of people who trusted God with their lives, even though they did not know how things would turn out. In fact, verse 6 reads, "And it is impossible to please God without faith. Anyone who wants to come to him must believe that God exists and that he rewards those who sincerely seek him." It is impossible to please God without faith. When we read about these people, we know the end of their stories, but they didn't. During the time they were following God, they likely experienced anxiety, fear, but they followed God anyway. That's true faith. That's the point. Do it. Be afraid. Even when you know God and trust his will for your life, you'll have times of doubt. Just don't stay there, right? Know that even when events don't make sense to you in the moment, God has a bigger plan in mind. We always talk about let go, let God. Trust him every step of the way and watch your faith and your belief in God grow. You will become more confident because you know that your faith is sure. Sheila Walsh says, God has promised that whatever you face, you're not alone. He knows your pain. He loves you and he will bring you through the fire. Today's prayer, by the way, Lord, help my unbelief. I want to follow your will for my life. Help me to trust you more. I surrender my will and have decided to follow you all the days of my life. You know, I was at church over here at the Crossing in Fenton the other day, and I always love how Pastor Greg says, some of these people are here and they're on fire for their faith. Others are questioning. Some don't believe at all, and that's okay. It's just community coming together and holding hands and locking arms and knowing that we have better days ahead, even when you feel so lost. And I know that all of you that come onto the show and you're tuning in, that you're looking for some hope and inspiration. I want to thank you, by the way, and there's 34 other women besides myself that are a part of this book called It's About Time. Pivotal moments, very powerful stories and voices and people that were able to let go and trust you with their story. It's a book that just launched yesterday, and I got a notification at about 9:30 last night that you, thanks to you, it has become in one category, and hopefully it'll continue, that it is a bestseller on, we're labeled now as a bestseller on Amazon, and it's an outstanding achievement. We're super excited. We earned it. It's About Time, Pivotal Moments, Powerful Voices, Unforgettable Truths, #1 bestseller in the personal transformation and spirituality category. So congratulations to all the ladies that are a part of this book. We're all going to celebrate together, by the way, on Thursday. So yes, you can get your ebook as low as $2.99 right now on Amazon. There is a paperback, there's a hardbound, and I told you if you would like a personalized copy that I write a little more inspiration to and sign it to you, you need to direct message me, or shoot a comment right now, and we'll get that to you, okay? I had a couple ladies reach out to me last night saying, I want a book. Just let me know if you actually are like me, where you'll actually like to hold on to it instead of having it as an ebook. But again, trying to save you money. So Amazon has it for $2.99. It's also at Barnes & Noble. I think their ebook is $7.99, so save yourself $5, right? Okay, tomorrow, super excited to have Kim Pruitt on. She's been in the education industry for almost 4 decades. A program that she started in Birmingham, Alabama, this youth leadership, something like just what Corey and I were talking about. It can be utilized as a model all over. So if you are a teacher, you're involved in the education system in any way, you do not, trust me, she's very, very passionate. You do not want to miss tomorrow's show. Kim Pruitt will join me at 7 a.m. Until then, enjoy your day. Get out, do some movement. It's gorgeous weather. And say hi to somebody new. Again, get out of your own way. Say hi to a stranger. Give them a compliment. Watch them smile. It's kindness breeding kindness, and it's the greatest bee we can be in life. Be kind. God bless.